In the annals of history, there are three terrifying killers: the Tyrannosaurus rex, bears, and heart disease. But none are as infamous and as dangerous as the European bunny. These cute and cuddly creatures evolved into one of the most notorious invasive species of all time. What is an invasive species, you ask? Invasive species are exotic, non-native invaders brought to a new location by humans. They arrived in Australia in 1859 so the locals could hunt something to alleviate their immense boredom. But little did the locals know that they, or at least their plants, would become the hunted. These adorable bunnies ate all of the vegetation and starved the locals out of house and home. The Australian government tried to fight the invaders by building the biggest, baddest, most giant fence. Upon its completion, the people and species of Australia celebrated, until they realized the rabbit's greatest skill was digging to the other side. The bunny reigned as king for 60 years until Australia fought back with their greatest black magic, science. They released a deadly virus that caused the bunny population to dwindle slowly over time.
The Santa Barbara coastline. Known as the American Riviera, this rich ecosystem has supported a diverse abundance of marine and land species. From the chaparral to the beachside cliffs, the Channel Islands, and the kelp forests in the ocean, the Santa Barbara coast offers a wide array of environments for life to prosper. The Santa Barbara coastline is a popular destination for foreign species, and they have moved in by the millions, some benign, some destructive. This species of ice plant originates from South Africa. It now dominates the coastal cliffs, crowding out native species. The presence of ice plant is overshadowed by a more notorious invasive species that have made themselves right at home. They are the Homo sapiens. Lacking natural predators, the Homo sapiens have disrupted the balance of this delicate ecosystem and decimated populations of native species. Locally, scientists know them as Santa Barbarians and have speculated about their origins.
Humans arrived in the Santa Barbara area probably through expansion of populations down the coast. They were living in relatively small groups. We presume that they were relatively mobile. They were moving from one location to another where food resources were available. We suspect that their populations were dispersed throughout the region, including on the Channel Islands. And we presume that they depended heavily, at least here on the coast, on shellfish and other very easy to acquire resources. We have some evidence that the earliest occupants of the Santa Barbara Channel, aside from shellfish, also hunted for sea mammals and did a little bit of fishing.
Homo sapiens are unique. They specialize in manipulating the environment until it is virtually unrecognizable. They build intricate contraptions to move the earth beneath them and transform the land. They secrete a strange black tar-like substance, creating paths through the dirt and native grasses that help them navigate through the environment. They build and tame metal beasts and ride them, traveling at speeds greater than 100 kilometers per hour. The invasion of the Homo sapiens has changed Santa Barbara's ecology, forcing nearly all other native species to retreat beyond its limits. The Homo sapiens established themselves in Santa Barbara, and the native land has been radically altered.
I started diving in the 1980s, and so my experiences with my direct connection with the marine environments really started there, especially with the kelp forests and the subtidal communities. And I've seen changes in the last 22 years that I've been diving. We're kind of at a tipping point where we really need to enact some better protections of the ocean. I think we've taken the ocean for granted for too long, and we're starting to see the impacts of a lot of coastal development, of our lifestyle and way of living around here. And it does worry me, that 90% of the large predators are gone in the ocean. And this place here is really one of these hot spots that's left, and I want to make sure that it remains a hot spot. And I want my kids to be able to encounter whales and encounter the sea life that's out there, and see the richness of life that's in the ocean.
The population of the Homo sapiens has completely dominated the Santa Barbara area. Local authorities have drawn influence from the technique of tarping that was used to destroy the invasive ice plant, and attempted to cover Homo sapiens with tarps in the hope it would halt the growth of the species. These attempts have been largely unsuccessful. Authorities have even reached out for assistance overseas by trying the fencing technique used by the Australian government against the invasive bunny. Fences were constructed to keep the Homo sapiens out of Santa Barbara. The fences proved to be no match for the invaders. All attempts to rid the area of the Homo sapiens have been unsuccessful. It became abundantly clear that the Homo sapiens have no intentions of leaving the Santa Barbara area. Environmental organizations quickly realized the Homo sapiens' potential to learn.
So my job as the Education Outreach Coordinator, we work with a variety of different audiences here in this community. And our audiences are fishermen, boaters, divers, people that like to go whale watching, the schools, the people that live here, people that visit the area. And we try to reach out to them in a variety of ways, through different products, which could be brochures, could be through a volunteer program where we train over 140 volunteers to be our naturalists on whale watch boats and while they lead island hikes. And they work with the visitors that come to the area to try to teach them about the importance of why this area is so special and what we're trying to do to protect it. We try to work with the local community and teach them about the importance of this place and ways they can get out there to explore and to enjoy it.
These organizations have worked hard to provide outreach programs that educate the Homo sapiens on the delicate ecosystem that they inhabit and ways for them to help keep the environment healthy. There is a bright beacon of hope for this invasive species to live harmoniously with the new environment that they have come to call home.